Hello again, YouTube. I finally got a hold of Armattan's new frame, the Marmotte. Since I'm from the western United States, I'm just going to go with my pronunciation of it, so just deal with it. My thoughts on previous Armattan frames has caused some controversy on my channel, particularly from their fan base, but I simply call it like I see it. I think Armattan is a great company with great products, and I still have and fly my original Chameleon, my Rooster, and my favorite so far, the Chameleon TI, although I lost it in a pond last year. In this video I will quickly discuss the building of the frame, things to like about the frame, and yes, things not to like. Let's get into it. Here I have laid out the parts that come with the frame. There's a one-page, two-sided instruction sheet that outlines the steps needed to build the frame. The build is simple and the instructions are adequate. First, gather the parts for the camera cage and assemble it. The machining on these parts is nothing less than a thing of beauty. However, the camera cage also holds my first complaint, as it is designed for mini-size cameras which are typically 21.8mm wide. I, as well as many other builders, prefer using the micro-size cameras these days. If you decide to use a micro-size camera, you will need to produce or find an alternate mount for it. I do like the new floating mount system, which will undoubtedly eliminate the broken camera cages on so many cameras that the older titanium mount caused when not using a perfectly sized camera. I also like the ability to change the angle. This frame uses many different lengths of screws, and it can be hard to tell them apart visually. Having a ruler around is helpful to identify the proper ones. My second complaint has to do with this VTX antenna mount. It's for normal SMA style pigtails. I didn't like it on the older frames and I still don't like it now. Essentially you are crushing a polyurethane grommet between two nylon washers. The design insulates the antenna from the frame, but it makes it essentially impossible to lock the antenna into a particular position. It may work fine on a stubby antenna, but I haven't verified that one will fit between the rear standoffs on the frame. My suggestion is to use a TBS style pigtail and the TBS style mount that Armattan provides. This VTX antenna mount is provided if you wish to use a UFL style antenna, perhaps a dipole. I'm going to just go ahead and say it, the idea of using capture nuts in a polyurethane component is hokey. I know they can do better than this. Nonetheless, it does work, but if you decide to use it, make sure you round the corner of the carbon with the supplied diamond file where the antenna will touch the carbon, or the carbon will make short work of the antenna. Armattan suggests that you do this in water so you don't breathe the fine fibers that will result from filing it, and I agree with them on this. One of the capture nuts that was supplied with the frame had bad threading in it. I had to use one of the extras that they supplied, so I'm glad that they did actually supply an extra capture nut. When you slide the camera mount onto the carbon, you may notice some tolerance between the components. This is common, and as I understand it, has to do with the variances in the carbon that they are using. When my frame was completely assembled, I found that there was no movement, and I am not concerned that it will cause problems. Overall, I really like this frame, and I'm impressed with it, and I can't wait to build it out and fly it. I hope you get yours up and running and have a great time with it also. Thank you for watching.